Okay, greetings. We have sound, so that's good. We had a little problem with our system here, and I wasn't getting any sound out of my mic, and I didn't notice. So I recorded a whole freaking session with no sound. A kind viewer pointed that out to me early on, so I took that down, fixed my issues, and I was going to record yesterday, but instead I played a game, full game with my boys, and they beat me. um, there you go. So we're gonna start this again. We're gonna start over. Same characters. We got a halfling barbarian, a dwarf knight, and an elf warlock. I have a slightly alternate start, which I'm actually not proposing anyone else use for any reason. Largely just comes down to one character ran. So it's the explorer start. High roll gets to pick where they start. Everyone else has to pick a different clearing, but you do get a free explore if you're on an edge. If you don't start in the settlement. So I figure starting in the settlement, some folks would want to do that. Some folks would want to be able to move on quicker. It's not like these guys don't have access to the settlement. So the free explorer is probably actually more valuable in some ways. But we'll see. I just want, largely, the reason I do this is simply because if I'm playing three characters, I typically want them all to go somewhere different, at the start at least, and that this is a way to help that. So the first couple turns aren't all exactly the same all the time. So very similar starts in terms of, I didn't use any of the alternate equipment for any of the characters, so that's interesting that that Scott included that. That's sort of cool. We did use some last night playing with my sons. For the mages, it opens up a little bit more, I think, because they can pick 3 spells. In this case, I stuck with the warlock because I figure battling, I'm going to try to go with this fiery chasm. Now, the elf warlock, I think, is a rough haul, and I picked him because that extra magic cube is very alluring. But I do look and see that this only one attack, and no one, and only humans have an attack box in their race, their heritage, which is interesting because it does make the elves a little less appealing if you're going for anything that requires a 2-hit, which a lot of these spells do. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. So what I'm thinking is, if we're hidden and we can take a shot, fiery chasm, we can run from most things if we need to. Maybe shapeshift into something that can flee if we need to, and have this purple cube ready to get out of dodge. So otherwise, I got 2 big burly fighters. Barbarian, halfling barbarian. I'm not super jazzed about the halfling barbarian, since it seems a little tight on cubes where I need them. But we do have the dwarf knight. So 2 sort of different fighting styles there. One is attack heavy and rely on armor. The other is fairly defensive. Maybe she pulls this axe, and so on. So that's interesting. And she might have, nope, it's Iron Helm, Great Axe. Oh, these are, oh, what? Did I not? Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, jeez. Where did I put that game? Now this is cool. So that's on me. No big deal. Since we didn't use any of the alternate stuff anyway, that is cool. The only thing, am I using? Nope. Okay, spells are correct version. Okay, we're all good. So that's it. Let's do some of these turns here. We'll go for about an hour. I got 5 or 6 turns in typically in an hour. Let's see how fast these go. So first off, we're going to do the Barbarian, then the Knight. So pretty much in order like this. So Barbarian is first. I always feel you go into the woods if you can because of the ubiquitous free treasure in there. And in this case, it's an item. So let me shuffle this just in case because I was testing the macro. So it's a short sword, not great, but frankly, the answer is we can sell that. So that's one into the woods. We're going to come 2 back. I'm going to explore again. I don't necessarily think that either of those are bad. Good enough. Oh, you know what, though? I will maybe flip that. I don't know that it matters. It makes it slightly easier, I think. One always seems easier to traverse. I cannot go in there this turn because I've used up 3 of my turns already. So we're going to just be done here. It is now the Dwarf Knight's turn. The Dwarf Knight. We're obviously going to run into the caves. The caves tile here. The secret dens. It is a site, so that is cool. Let's pick a site here. Let's pick a good site. Toss that chip aside. And I was thinking, I cannot wait to get this game on a table. I don't know why, but this game vaguely feels like it's gonna be better physically, tactically for me, or tactilely, I should say. Tactically, I suck in all games. So 1, we got there. I suppose we could go 2, 3 up into the barriers and sort of steal that hex from him. And we do get the free item. So we're going to take the item, and the knight pulls a staff. Pointless, but again, sell it. And then we're going to sneak. And now the Warlock's turn, and the Warlock is going to do what they intended to do, which is see if there's anything here to buy, especially if it gives chits. So we got the Smith and the Crone. Who do we like better? I think we like the Crone better. So we're going to go Crone first. There we go. Crone. Oh, there's a spell book. That's not bad. We could kill some dwarves, deliver food nail, and deliver raw material to the smith. But the smith is already here, so we're going to discard this. We'll pick a new mission. Dragon Slayers. I'm going to put that aside for now. Kill dragons, food and ale to the next civilization. So that would be the sanctuary. We're going to take that one. I'm going to take Dragon Slayer. So I'm taking both of these missions. So that'll be part of my turn, my trade phase. Let's take a quick look at what we got. That doesn't suck. Bracelets of Finesse. 1 red cube in a box. That is actually really good for our Warlock, who could use a 4th running cube. Tome of the Black Arts. This is pay dirt for this character here. This is not bad. And a free loot, that's... I mean, other than the breastplate and this stuff, but the treasure-wise, that is the worst of these symbols. That's pretty darn good. We're going to draw 3 spells. The reason I'm shuffling these is because I was putzing with the draw macro. Oops, I just drew the whole deck. That's not okay. 1, 2, and 3. Let's flip these guys. So we got a teleport, we got an Iron Skin, and we got Hesitation. So we can learn Iron Skin right off the bat. We're talking 7 gold, so that's cheapy. I do like it. I do like it. I have money. I do have cash. So we are going to try to buy. And wow, I couldn't even tell you. Like all these are good. The bracelets of finesse, though, strangely enough, you don't think it would be the one to pick. These two both being sort of directly magey, but being able to take this cube and put it here could be huge for this gameplay. So I'm going to go 18 bucks. This is the crone. She values intelligence. We're going to haggle. So it's down to 12 bucks. We're going to haggle again, even though I have crappy luck. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Holy crap, I should not have done that. So she kicks us right the hell out. She's like, no, we're good. We're good. You can go now. If someone indicates to me I've forgotten the missions, I've sort of house ruled in my head that I just draw the missions, and if I don't have the 3 or 4 that need to be in that pile, I'm going to draw them after the fact. Done. So that is her first turn. We are then going to explore. I'm going to put myself here. We are in a cave. The thing I don't love is, how did I lock these? How is this possible that these got locked? What am I doing? How did I get here? So that's 2 moves out of her 3 moves. And do you move into there? So we can, dragons can appear and orcs can appear. The only problem with the orcs is a bow orc stops her from running. So there is a tiny bit of risk. But I'm gonna move her in there. This could be a short episode, guys. So we did pull a sight. It is the altar in 3. So that is cool. And I think that's it. I think we're done. So we're gonna roll these summon dice here. And then we're gonna check. So the monsters go home, but now we have stink. Who is in stink? And no one is in stink. So we're good. It is day 2. So our goal here is to go 30 days and then highest total wins. Barbarian Knight Warlock is the order again. So, okay, what is the Barbarian trying to get done? I say we go 1, 2, 3. We're going to pick up some missions here for sure. So, who has more missions? The crone has more missions. So we're going to flip this. We're going to spread it out. We have to draw 2 missions, which we will. 1 and 2. Alpiner and Forester. End on woods, end on mountains. I should write up, I should put the missions. So Alpiner and Forester, we'll take both of those. I'm actually going to Alpiner, and that is what? Mountain tiles, 5 mountains. Forester, and that's 5 woods. And she picked up food and ale. Food to the sanctuary, and then dragon slayer. Done. So we got some missions going down there. As the Barbarian, 17 bucks. I think we'll try to buy the breastplate also. It's 27 bucks. Haggling not as good for us with the crown, but we do get it down to. We do. Oh, I should have sold first. God damn it. Okay, we do get it down to 18 bucks. Let's get it down even further. Bam, we do. So we get it to 9 bucks, and we're going to buy that breastplate. So that is 9 bucks off of, oops, and I accidentally typed, there we go. So 9 bucks off the Barbarian. That leaves her with 8 bucks. And so, boom, there we go. That was not an unproductive turn for the Barbarian. The Knight. So the Knight moves 1. Explore. I don't like that. I don't love that either, but we'll go that direction. So 1, 2, into the woods. It's another item. A buckler. Well, I mean, it is a replacement for the shield when he gets busted. So that is 1, 2, 3. We're gonna sneak, and we did before. Done. And now the Warlock. The altar is the demon, so not as cool. If it were undead, we would go immediately because I do think, and I do allow myself this because I'm playing 3 characters. So I think that night, I think we're going to shapeshift. So that wounds that cube. And I'm going to shapeshift into the giant bat. And the reason is that we're going to try to not use shapeshift as our combat method. We're going to try to use shapeshift as our, that's a good question. Yeah, we're going to use it as our movement. Done. So we're going to use it as our movement. So we do have shapeshift ready to roll here, but that means this morning we still cannot make it to the altar. We're going to rest 2 to get this cube back. So done. Although, yeah, we're going to rest 2 to get the cube back. We don't have to, though. We could enchant for 3. I am going to sneak. So first thing, so we're not going to rest. We're going to sneak. We're going to enchant for 3. So that is our turn. And we're going to put black into this hex. Oop, I don't know what I just copy-pasted, but there we go. So let's take a black cube. We're going to put it in the hex. And the one complaint that I have with the mod, as much as anything else, is there are just a lot of colors that don't show up good. These cubes occasionally just blend into the background. So for instance, if I put this black cube here, it's not visually striking. I wish, and this is maybe even a tabletop sim problem as much as anything else, these things are almost too matte, right? I can't tell there's an edge there. Like, it doesn't read as a cube. And so if I put it in the wrong place on the board, it becomes hard to see. Again, I don't think this is a mod problem as much as just as a tabletop sim problem. Maybe there should be something on these, maybe a decal of some sort to just indicate, and I'm nitpicking, so let's keep that in mind. So anyway, so she is done. And she is sneaking and done. So let's get our day 2 going here as opposed to me bitching about stuff. So what do we have? So we have 2 things. We have woods, which is going to call giant spiders to the knight. How many giant spiders, you might ask? 2. We get 2 spiders on the knight. Nothing else there. Down here, it is nothing. So we are done. So, okay, the knight is going to hide real quick, as they can. And we are hidden. So the question is, how do we feel about spiders? They're quick, but not so quick, right? The first round is actually, the first couple rounds are the most dangerous for this fight, simply because there's 2 of them. Against one giant spider, we can guarantee a hit if the spider flips and thus kill it before it gets to us. But with 2, obviously 2 of these guys could flip, and that would suck, or the wrong one could flip. And so I think our goal, and we only have really 5 chips we can play. So the game is a little deceptive in pretending that you can utilize all these. So I got 4 might chips. That's not great. I can't use them in most weapons. So a lot of these cubes here are going sort of unutilized in many of my combats. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lock these cards because it drives me nuts I'm going to pop 2 here for now. I will put 1 up here and then 2 here. And I think we are going to go challenge these. As soon as one of these guys flips, I think we can swap out. I think we can change up. We're going to attack the first one by design, by default. So imagine our target. So we're going to target that guy. And let's go. Does he flip? He does not. Does the second one flip? Does not. So no one flips, which is great because they're going to do, at best, a wound. My attack is first. It is fastest and longest, longer than theirs. I mean, it's not fastest, but it is as fast and longest. Unfortunately, I do not have enough attack speed to auto hit, so it's 2 hits, and I miss. First spider comes back at me and misses. Second spider comes at me and hits, which sucks a little. But we're going to pop this cube down because we don't need these extra cubes in this fight. Done. In fact, until we get a better weapon, that last might cube is actually sort of pointless. So it is a free wound for us. I think we are playing the same way for now. I don't love it. Yeah. I think so. Okay. We'll go with it. We'll go with this. We have to get through. Does the first guy flip? He does not. Does the second guy flip? He does not. No flipping. Oops. We do need some hit symbols, and we do get the hit symbols, so that spider is going to die with 2 sharp damage, and he is dead. Done. And the second spider comes at me, though, and hits again with another might cube. And that's 2 wounds we've taken. Our armor is unfazed by this because they only do a point of damage. Now we're going to go on him. And I think we play like this now. We switch up since there's only a single spider. And we're largely playing against this. And hoping that this guy flips. If he flips, we auto hit him and auto kill him. If he does not flip, it is still a little bit more likely that we hit him before he gets to us. So we're going to play like this. We're hoping he flips now, and he does. So this spider flips. We auto hit. We kill the spider. We took 2 wounds. It wasn't terrible. That is worth 16 fame. Oops, I put 17. Why did I do that? Okay, done. And we are done. I don't think anybody else has a fight going, and it is day 3. Barbarian is first. The Warlock is second this time, so we did change it up. So the Barbarian with her new breastplate is going to try to... So she has mountain tiles to get to, and she has woods tiles to get to. Now those missions are actually... So the one problem with the Explore game is missions become rougher because there is literally no guarantee that you even you see these tiles before so so now she has to go and try to rush getting tiles out the door, and that can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So what she's going to do is she's going to go 1, 2, 3 and be done. And what I'm going to do here is copy this, and I'm going to put it there, shrink it a little bit. But this shows that she has touched this tile and fulfilled one of her requirements. And so that is her move. The Warlock now does have to sort of make a call here. I do say we rest 2, so that is 2 rest and 2 into the mountains. Okay. That is her move. And the knight I think he is going to rest, but he only needs to rest 2 phases, and then he gets 2 cubes back. So we are going to rest twice. I'll move 1 and I'll sneak. And there you go. Done. She is not sneaking. She did not sneak. Okay, it is monster time for our heroes. Monsters return and carrion. So where is the carrion? I don't think it is anywhere. I think we're good, and we are done. It's day 4. I don't score points in this game. I'm terrible at this game, by the way. Like, I could not play this in any way, shape, or form. I competitively or whatever. Like, I am terrible at scoring points. Okay, Warlock is next. She is going to... she's going to search for this path. So she's going to pull a search. She finds the path. Again, I will... My only sadness is playing physically. I'm not going to have the ability to shrink these chits down. So she knows this path now. Okay, and so there you go. So that's 1 action. It's going to cost her 2, 3 to get there. So she's going to take the 2, 3 there. She will at least sneak today. Done. And so does she need to sneak? That's a good question, right? So again, you're back to sort of how does that work, right? So pretty much the idea would be is as long as she has this chit ready, she could technically flop to the giant bat and get out of dodge if she needed to. I figure I'm going to save that chip because using that chip costs me 2 phases if I have to use it. And in this case, as I move up here and I have a single phase left, a single action left, it's probably better to just sneak and possibly avoid using the cube than it is to try to search once and probably not get it and not be able to re-roll a blank die on a search. So there is, I do like, that's the one thing I think which is actually very, very clever on this game, especially is sort of this mechanic and with the learn dice too. That this search result, I can continue to roll this die for the rest, as the day goes, using up more search phases. And what that does to me is give me a reason to press my luck further and maybe not hide or sneak or whatever. So in this case, I think sneaking is the good idea. So she is done. It is the barbarian's turn next. I think the barbarian then goes 1 and 2, and she is going to sneak. Is it all? Did I pick all women? No, the dwarf is a dude, so that's good. So we're representing here a little bit. So our knight is all healed up now. Our knight is going to head 1, 2, 3. So he's going to head 3. Does he sneak or not is a good question. And the answer is, I mean, he has a full-on armor. I mean, obviously you could get like 5 orcs, and that would suck. So let's sneak for now. It's prudent to just stay hidden for now. And so let's. So we have mountains. That's going to draw and stink. So mountains first. So it looks like we have 2 juvenile dragons appearing on our 2 juvie dragons straight out of juvie. These are bad dragons. They got picked up for like vandalism or something. Okay, so 2 juvenile dragons appear on the warlock. I don't think anyone else draws. No. So she has to now figure out. So is all that effort? So we are sneaking. Are we hidden? We are hidden. Okay. So now they're flying. So she has no recourse now, is the problem. So that's the problem with this fiery chasm plan. These guys are flying, so she actually can't do anything to them. She has no ability whatsoever to deal with these really at all. And she's not going to be hit by them. If she does, I mean, not without a roll, obviously. And she could technically go for an attack with this. This was not a good attack form. Having said that, these juvenile dragons on this side kill an adult dragon anyway. So it barely matters. Yeah, if these guys don't flip, then this bat is vaguely dangerous to them. If they do flip, well, all of a sudden you're just rolling 50-50 chances, and it's not great. So she will remain hidden and figure out what she needs to do. Day 5. If these guys were not flyers, I would consider fiery chasming, hoping for the best, taking my one shot, right, and trying to get that done. So let's see what her options are today. So did I move this to turn 6? Should it be turn 6? I don't even know. That's too bad. Okay. Knight is first. Knight is going to explore. So we could do that. I think everything else starts to, yeah. So we have to sort of place like that. Okay. So the knight explores. That's 1 move, 2 moves. We get a sight. Trove in 2. Okay. So 2 moves for the knight gets us there. And what else are we doing? I'm going to sneak an alert and be done for the time being. I think the Warlock gets out of dodge. I think this is where her spell choices weren't great. Again, because it's all about, she really needs to find the undead sites. So maybe the catacombs are better for her. Yeah, because it's a death knight, so she could just go and rule that guy. So she should have probably pushed up that way. We're just going to move out. That's 1, 2. We're going to explore for 3. Again, trying to say, oh, that's bad. That is bad. That is not a good hex for us. Let's flip that. And she's going to sneak. And then she'll have to figure out her spell universe in a moment here. So I do think the Barbarian goes 1 first. He's going to explore 2. Nah, there's no reason to like, yeah. Sure, done. So that's explore 2. Now the question is what to do with him. So he goes 1, he explores 2. Well, you're going to move in 3. I mean, you might as well. You get see the cash is here, so he gets a treasure out of it. And then we can just move back if we need to. Oh, he gets a spell scroll. Well, that's just great. She, it's a she. Sorry. And obviously it's a spell we can't cast since we're not a caster, but it's $5. So we'll take Discord and done. And then we'll sneak. So there you go. So we are also sneaking. So everybody is snuck in some fashion or another. Let's roll these summon dice, see how bad it gets for us. So we got bones. That's the knight first. Nope. That is the witch second. She's fine. The barbarian's going to take 2 giant spiders. Giant spider is definitely the most ubiquitous creature on our map here. And I think we can kill these guys. Again, it's a very similar vibe, but here's the problem. The problem is, no, we don't have a problem. We can use 2. So 1, 2, right? We can definitely use 2. We can again use 2 here. Now here's the problem. We can't do what the knight does. We cannot auto hit them on this side. This does become an issue because at some point, they can make our life pretty rough. So I don't love it. The best we can do is hit them on a 44% chance. So this is not as good a fight for the barbarian as the knight. And the funny part is I'm not necessarily sure that unless you were going, so this is one where I wonder. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not, it's an interesting facet of the game design here. I do wonder if unless you were going to run from shit, Is attack speed just better? Because guaranteeing a hit is the top thing you want to be able to do, I think. Otherwise, you are exchanging probably vaguely equal chances to hit, kind of back and forth. And I don't know that that's a winner in most cases. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna fight this. We're gonna fight this fight here, I think, and we're attacking this guy. As soon as he flips, though, and again, we're not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are not generating sort of enough. Now we could go 1, 2, but then we're trading off 44% shots instead of 25% shots. So I don't know that that's a good thing. So I wonder if that attack speed is just not generally better. In which case, humans, that gives them a big leg up on certain things. Like I said, and it makes them, for instance, a viable choice to elf if you're playing mage, stuff like that. So anyway, not a big deal. It's an interesting question. I don't know what the answer is at this point in time. So these are our 5 cubes. We're gonna hit this guy. Let's pull a little combat set of cubes over for our barbarian to use. So we're always attacking the leftmost guy if we don't need to mark it some other way. We don't flip. We do flip. That actually is the worst possible of all worlds, actually. So our attack goes off first because it is same speed and longer weapon. We do not hit. Does the first guy hit us, though? He does. That's going to ding us here. So we take it on the helm. That's going to do a wound. There you go. We're going to take this one. Second guy is the one we don't want to hit. And he does hit. And that crushes the helmet and does another wound. So that stinks, actually. That's bad. That is a bad trade-off for our barbarian. We're going to go after that guy first now and try to crush him. So the question then is, do we switch up and go for the hit? Really the hit? I don't know that that's great. Again, we're now trading off 44% chances to hit on the spiders. So this is a bad fight for her. 44%. Trying to get that kill in before, since you get the first shot. Sure. So we're going to go for it. We're going to go for the attack on this guy first. We're hoping that he does not flip. We're hoping the second one does not flip, and he does not flip. So our attack's going first. We're looking for symbols of any type. We do hit this guy for 2 damage, and he dies. So that's good. That helm, by the way, I can just delete it. It is smashed beyond recognition. Okay. This guy swings back at me, and it misses. Okay. All right, so we are back in business. So I think what we do now is we swap back to the little back and forth here. He doesn't flip. Our attack goes off first. We're looking for 2 hit symbols. We fail. He's coming back at us, and he misses. So that's the first round. Nothing happens. We're going to keep playing like this until the guy... Well, he does flip. That sucks a little bit. So our attack goes off first. That is not good enough because we do not have we don't have the dual attack. He comes back at us and misses. So that's the second round nothing happens, and the combat is going to end in a draw. So we killed one of the spiders, and we got 8 fame. Let's mark our 8 fame down here. Done. But we did take a couple wounds. That sort of sucks a little bit. It wasn't great. We lost our helmet. Also not great. I don't think anybody else has a fight. I think we are good. So that is going to go and take us to the next day. And I think I might be a day ahead. That's okay. We'll do like soccer. We'll do extra time. That's like, extra time. Okay, so the night is up. I don't think the night... So the night goes 2. What is the trove? The trove is that guy. The knight is not a great runner. He can't run from almost anything. So he's going to go up there. And I think he's got to slow play it a little bit. I think he has to slow play it. I think he sneaks and alerts and sort of waits for what's what. Although I don't think alerting does him much good in most fights. But maybe some fights. Depends on if he has to hit that hard. The Barbarian, if rested, is better on the spiders with an alert. So again, even alerting or not alerting, it depends on sort of what you're fighting to a large degree, how much that's going to benefit you. So let's put our cubes back. My snap points are hideously uneven, by the way. So I do want to... So let me move 1 just to get out of dodge. I'm going to do 2 rests. Now what can appear? Goblins and bats. Oh, I don't love that. So we're going to sneak. So I'm going to move once. I'm going to sneak once. And I'm going to rest, and I'm going to pull back this cube. And we are done. Oh, and I didn't do the Warlock, actually. Oops, that's my fault. So Barbarian's last. So let's say that night she's going to pop the bird. She's going to become the bat. She's going to fly 1. That's going to put her in 6. Fly 2 to the catacombs. Now she can only use 1 more phase. So since she is fairly confident, well, she can run from everything but more bats is the issue. So if bats appear, that actually is a mess. She's gonna... So she has Dragon Slayer. That's the irony. She's like, I can't slay those dragons. I should never take Dragon Slayer. It's sneaker search. Sneaker search. I'm going to search. We're going to go for it. The bat's going to search. Oh, she fails. So she is done, and she didn't sneak this turn. So that's sort of a bummer. That was bad on her. And so what do we get? We get Plains and Carrion. And I think we get nothing. So that's that. So let's do a couple more here. And it is the Warlock first. So the Warlock... So, okay. So she is wounded this. She's not a bat anymore. She is going to search. Nope. Search again. Done. So she has found the catacombs. Let's copy it. Let's put it here. She gets 1 legend and 5 fame. So she is first on the board a week in. Like I said, I'm terrible at this game. I was terrible at scoring Magic Realm points too, which is why I made an alternate victory thing. Okay. Anyway, that's 2 phases. She has searched twice. She has succeeded once. She is going to. I mean, she's going to sneak for now because she does not have this cube. She cannot flee from giant bash. She's going to sort of hold off and see if she can't capitalize on this tomorrow. The Barbarian is next. So I would like to rest again. So that's 2 phases. Let's. Do we sneak or do we alert? We're going to sneak and we're going to head back in. Done. Sneaking gives you the option to just not fight, typically, if you need that option. Our knight is going to pop 2 up into the trove. He's going to search once. And he finds the trove. So the knight is going to grab the trove. That gives him 1 and 21. So he is currently in the lead. He gets a copy of the trove on his sheet, just so we know that he found it. And then again, the trove's going to pull a giant worm. It's going to pull ogres. We got juvenile dragons. So we will probably be quiet first. And that is the day. Let's roll these dice, and we're hoping for nothing. She does pull nothing. He pulls nothing. He pulls ogres. One ogre. That's not bad. We might fight that ogre. Let's see what the ogre looks like for our knight. Armor's key in the game, for sure. Absolutely for certain. Maybe even more. Oop, I got 2 somehow. That is not cool. Just 1, I think, right? Yeah, just 1. 1 ogre. Even more so in some ways the Magic Realm, I think. Armor is key. So let's take a quick look at this ogre here. This should be an auto kill for the knight. Ooh, not quite. That is not true. That is not true because the ogre is armored. It should be not a rough fight for him. Better if he had alerted. But he can't quite generate a kill, auto kill, if not alerted. If alerted, so first things first, are we hidden or not? We are. So he can choose to fight this or choose to not fight this. The problem with not fighting it is, even though it's not an auto kill, the problem with not fighting it is you get 1 more day to roll again to get more of them or more shit, or the dude, like, he either gets a day of looting or not, or a day of waiting to alert. If he alerts, this is an auto kill. This is absolutely 100% because he just plays the 3 across the board. He auto hits the ogre and kills him with 6 cubes, 3 here and 3 here. Because it's armored, because the ogre is armored, 2 chips in here will not do enough. So it's just not quite enough to get past the ogre's armor. You can hit him all day. And in fact, the funny part is, in reality, knowing that he's not going to kill him in 1 shot, he could play like that. He could play like that. The ogre is going to generate at best 2. So you can play like this, maybe. So that's 3 cubes. And do that. The other thing he could do. So the problem is if he doesn't he could do this, he could do that and take the auto hit. I don't love it. I don't love any of this actually. So this is sort of a crappy fight all of a sudden. The other thing he could do is he could go for a 44% chance to kill it. And if not, lose his shield, pretty much. So you go all in for an attack. You're going to take a hit. 44% chance to kill. If he flips, you kill him. I like that. He hits you back. He does 3 points of damage. You're going to take the shield and pop the shield. Or you're going to take the chainmail and wound the chainmail, damage the chainmail, which I might do. I might actually just do that. Now, mind you, there's no major advantage to either keeping the shield or not keeping the shield. What he has right now is I would probably wound the chainmail because then that gives you later on the option to damage chainmail or destroy it or you know. So I think this might be the play. So this, if he flips, he dies. If he does not flip, you have a 44% chance of hitting him before he attacks you and killing him. And then otherwise, he bops you back for a wound. Not hitting him, of course, sucks, effectively, is the issue. Or you slow play it until he flips. That's really your choice. Or you slow play it, or you slow play it until he flips. Pretty much is sort of the weird vibe. Or you slow play it until you get a single hit off. I say we go with this. It's a 33%. It's a 1/3 chance to get 100% kill, and a 2/3 chance of a 50% kill. So I think I just gave myself a 2/3 chance to kill this guy. So let's roll it. He flips or not. He does flip. We attack faster and longer. Well, not faster. Same speed, slightly longer weapon. So we go first. We beat his defense time with our attack time. That's 3 points of damage. The ogre is dead for 11. I love how it takes me like 20 minutes to figure out what I'm going to do, and then the combat takes like 6 seconds. Okay. The ogre is dead. It is now the barbarian on the giant spider. The barbarian has snuck, but not alerted, eh? So we rested 2, snuck and moved. Yeah. Okay. It probably didn't matter, right? So we're going to play like this if we play this. So we play like this. 1 defense. 2 defense. And slow play it until the spider flips. When the spider flips, you go all out. So, does not flip. So we are looking to hit the spider with a 25%. 2 hits, bam, spider dead. Barbarian scores 8. more fame. So that is 16. So we're not rushing out of the gate here after an hour of play in 8 days, but we do have some characters that have racked up some fame. We have a couple life points, and now we are actually sitting on treasure locations and ready to loot those. I think that's going to be our episode for today. I have a whole traveler campaign to plan in like 6 hours. So let's see if we can get that done. I will talk to you guys in a bit. Thanks for watching. And that's it. Talk to you later. Bye bye.